If you're a final expense agent or maybe are just at the beginning, of your final expense career, this video might actually be the difference between you getting into debt or becoming a successful insurance agent. Allow me to put a question out there. Did you know that true Social Security billing is actually completely different than regular Social Security billing? And I gotta ask this because the two are completely different, and one will actually make it possible to keep most of your clients on the books, while the other can create a possible situation where you end up having like a lot of clients that fall off the books due to non-payment for their burial life insurance. I'm Doug Massey, and today we're gonna go over why my main carrier will always be a carrier that does true Social Security billing, and two, I'm going to show you how to use the Social Security billing calendar to keep most of your sales on the books and actually prevent your clients from, losing their insurance due to non-payment, like I said before. And yes, now is the perfect time to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to our channel, we highly recommend subscribing. We're putting out new insurance content and final expense sales training videos just like this one, like all the time. And hey, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the Social Security calendar that we're going to talk about in this video. Bottom line, guys, every single final expense agent should have a copy of the calendar in their sales book, or maybe even if you're doing telesales, on the wall next to your headset. What's the difference between Social Security billing and true Social Security billing? You see, carriers like American Amicable, Royal Neighbors of America, Prosperity SUSA, Liberty Bankers Life, and Transamerica are the main final expense carriers that actually do true Social Security billing. Then you got carriers like Foresters, Mutual of Omaha, and even Aetna. And this is just a few of the more popular carriers that we see all the time that do not have true Social Security billing. Unfortunately, most life insurance and final expense carriers do not have the ability to draft the client's payment on the exact day they receive their Social Security money every single month, no matter what. Now, true Social Security billing is when the carrier is actually able to draft the client's monthly premium payment on the exact day that they receive their Social Security benefits, no matter what. Like whether the Social Security beneficiary's payday ends up falling on a weekend, on certain months it does, or a holiday, which does happen, without exception. And interesting enough, guys, some of the better carriers like American Amicable, Royal Neighbors, and Prosperity SUSA will actually draft the payment early in the morning. We're talking, from what I understand, within a couple of hours after Social Security makes the payment deposit into the Social Security beneficiary's checking account or even savings account, or even on the client's refillable debit card or direct express card. So check this out. This is very important. Here's what happens when their payment day falls on a weekend or a holiday weekend. Companies like Foresters, Mutual of Omaha, and Aetna will wait until after the holiday weekend or the weekend to draft the payment. It's messed up, they're doing it on the following, the next business day. Unfortunately, the thing is, this doesn't work for a majority of our final expense market because these folks are living check to check. And let me tell you, they will often take most of their money from the bank account early in the morning on the exact day that they receive their benefits. I've got a client that showed me her bank statement when we first met. This was several years ago. She had I want to say at least 5 or 6 overdraft fees, and it showed the timestamp. They were right before 1 o'clock in the morning. This poor woman was so desperate to eat that she stood in front of an ATM machine trying to withdraw money over and over, even though it ended up costing her over $100 to do that. And believe me, her Social Security check wasn't even $800, I don't think. This is a perfect example of how bad it is for a lot of our typical final expense clients. Now, this is important, so please, please, please pay attention to the next part of this video. What you may not realize is that by law, when Social Security beneficiaries' payday falls on a weekend or a holiday, the Social Security beneficiaries actually will end up getting their money early on the business day before the holiday or weekend. This is a law that was put in place years ago to protect seniors and their money. True Social Security billing literally has nothing to do with people who receive their Social Security monies on like a second, third, or fourth Wednesday, because every final expense carrier can handle doing, the bank draft based on this. And in the event where like they don't, as far as I'm concerned, I can assure you I would never even consider using that carrier. They simply do not have, how do I say this, a real final expense insurance product. Now that you completely understand exactly how true Social Security billing works, let me show you how to use the Social Security payment calendar to keep your clients' policies from lapsing and to keep the clients on the books, so that they keep making their insurance payments for even longer than maybe they normally would. Here's the payment calendar. Check it out. Notice how the calendar has all these boxes and like little squares and circles. Well, they let you know what day the client receives their Social Security money. And this thing is really sweet. Notice the bottom of the form where it shows you what these little signs mean. It tells you exactly what day of each month that the client will be getting paid based on the type of Social Security monies, payment that they get, and their date of birth too. Some people are just, getting SSI, which is usually like a disability payment for, in most cases, younger folks, people, I would say at least under 65, and everybody else gets regular Social Security. Whether you're a veteran or not, and that's how it is. Yes, the payday will fluctuate based on 1, the type of payment you get, 2, when you first started getting money from Social Security, and 3, your exact date of birth. That's why this calendar is super sweet and really is a must-have for all final expense agents. Guys, a majority of our clients are living on a fixed income with limited money to survive on, right? They're not always the most responsible group because of this. And how do I say this? They will actually tend to fall off the books easier than your typical life insurance buyers. Which is why it's super important to send a majority of your business to carriers that do true Social Security billing and not just regular Social Security billing. By doing this, you're going to have a higher placement, a higher persistence, and you're going to be able to keep more people insured and more families protected. With all that being said, before I show you how to get a copy of the Social Security billing calendar, if you'd like free final expense telesales training, just click on the link above and this thing will take you to our 3-part series that literally goes over everything you need to sell final expense remotely from the comfort of your own home. For a copy of the Social Security benefit payment calendar that we just talked about and that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like to know exactly how our final expense top producer telesales platform works, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there or get on the phone, put the headset on, whatever it is that you're gonna do, and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.